All right. All right. All right. So, uh, I wanted to just hop on some things because, when you see things that I had a cousin said, when you see a need, fulfill it. And so, whenever I make a video or come up, you know, I just feel the need to do it or whatnot. And recently, I had a guy say to me, most recently, a couple of things that bothered me with quote unquote these folks who believe, Christians, if you will, these new age Christians, okay? Because a lot of these new age Christians don't truly understand Christianity, okay? I had a guy telling me, what are you, holier than thou, just for telling truth or speaking on things that I know here in that the Most High says, But when you read the book and you follow what the Messiah says, that those things are going to happen to you. People are going to scoff at you. People are going to call you holier than thou. People are going to say things like, "Oh, well, where's your nice car? And where's your worldly possessions to prove to me that the Most High is in your favor?" If you actually read, it warns you all. I had a guy literally say, "What are you, holier than thou?" Well, I'm thinking, well, what is to be a Christian? Because if you're living like the guides and standards that the Most High set before us, and came down here and showed us through the Messiah, he said, "I am the way, the truth." So if and the light, if you're actually trying to mirror that, hence Christianity, you're going to be looked at as, whoa, wait a minute, what are you better than? Or when in actuality, all you're trying to do is line up with the will of the Most High and open others' eyes. Have you have eyes to see not? Okay. I had another guy tell me, where's your fruits? And where, trying to see physical proof. Because you got to understand, a lot of this is different in the spiritual. Again, when the Messiah said what he said to Peter, when Peter said, you are the Messiah, the Messiah said, you know what, that is no earthly thing had given you that knowledge. That literally came from the Most High for you to come up with that thought. That literally came from the Most High. See, you shall know them by their fruits, right? So the Messiah says, let me read something to you. Let's go there real quick. Okay. Beware of false prophets who come to, I'm at Matthew's chapter 7, verse, I'm starting at 15. In fact, I'm going to go to 13. I harped on this on my last video. This is the Messiah talking because it's in red. Enter by the narrow gate. Enter by the narrow gate. For wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and there are many who go in by it. Because narrow is the gate, and difficult is the way which leads to life, there are few, this is the key part, who will find it. In order to find something, what do you have to do? You have to look for it. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door shall be open. You got to put some, okay? I'm at 15. Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing. Okay? But inwardly they are ravenous wolves. You will know them by their fruits. Okay? Let me keep going real quick. Do men gather grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Even so, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a bad tree bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Therefore, by their fruits you will know them. Okay, it's important. It said fruit the Messiah said fruit a number of times, right? Let's go to Galatians. You shall know them by their fruits. Okay. But we know what fruits are, but of course he's talking in the spiritual aspect. He's not saying you will know them by their watermelons and by their pears and grapefruits. He's not saying you'll know them by their cars and you'll know them by their, or let's go back to those times. You'll know them by their nice chariots and, okay, the wheel that they, okay, no, none of that. Galatians. I'm at Galatians 5:22. Well, you gotta say amen. I get it. Nevertheless, here we go. Galatians 5:22. Hear me. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such there is no law. Now, again, what do those fruits, if you will, have in common with the Most High? Those are all attributes that the Most High displayed, if you will. Every single one of those. It has nothing to do with about a nice Benz. It has nothing to do with about a huge house, PhD, masters, a technical, whatever. It has absolutely nothing to that. When it says you will know them by the fruits, you will know them by their love. You will know them by their joy. You'll know them because they're long-suffering. You'll know them because they're patient, they're kind, they're meek and humble. They're not looking for attention. They're not looking for attention. They're not looking for adoration and honor. I'm not looking for any of that. The Messiah was not looking for any of that. Anybody should be who's teaching this should not be looking for any of that. This is not me. I don't want all the act. I don't want money. I want folks in the truth. I want folks in understanding. I want folks who are not being led astray. I want to bring folks out of that broad path and away from that broad gate and bring them back to that narrow way, that narrow straight. It is, listen, down here in this room, I get it. It's hard. It's tough. Okay? I get it. But it's a must for you. Listen, you can chase after the big cars, fancy clothes, and I'm going back to Matthew. You can chase after all that. You can. But what is it gonna profit you? Huh? Here I am. I'm at Matthew 16:24. And the Messiah had said to his disciples, if anyone desire to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross. If you're going to follow after the ways of the Most High, right? The teachings of the Messiah, the Son of the Messiah. Okay? First of all, you have to shake off all this all that love for these worldly things and worldly adoration and accolades. And he said you got to shake all that and follow me. Deny himself. This is nothing to do with house. House is not looking for love, adoration, and attention. I am anything and just trying to bring you back to the Most High. For whoever desires to save his life will lose it. Listen, did he not lose his life? Most of you all who don't even read the Bible know the story. Yeah, everybody, at least know the gospel: death, burial, resurrection, and the quote unquote second coming of the Most High. So, knowing that, upon following the ways and abiding by the laws of the Most High, and are actually being a Christian, which is to be like Christ, to follow in the ways of Christ. Yeah, you'll be scoffed. You'll be called holier than thou. You'll be laughed at. You'll be told you don't know what you're talking about. All by people who don't even pick up the book, who just claim to be Christian. Again, you have to be careful because the book tells you that they disguise themselves. The Christianity is just a disguise for most to do these unholy and things that don't line up with the Most High. It's just a little covering. They masquerade in it. You got plenty of pastors who masquerade in Christianity for selfish gain. You have plenty of people who go to church and give money to God in hopes to get more money from God. You have to be careful. The Messiah said you have to be careful because of those people. But how you know people of the Most High is you'll know them by their fruits. And he already told you in Galatians 5:22 what the fruits are. For whosoever desires to love his life will lose it. But whoever loses his life for my sake. Again, you go look at all those disciples. He told them, listen, if it happened to me, it's going to happen to you. You're going to get laughed at. You're going to get scoffed at. You're going to be told you don't know what you're talking about. You're going to be told you're crazy. All things that the Messiah went through. He's telling you, you're going to go through them. It's going to happen to you if you're literally following me. It's going to happen to you. For what, important part, I'm at 26. For what profit is it to a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul? Or what will a man give in exchange for his soul? We see it on a daily. So we call them sellouts. Or celebrities. We see it. We see those who sell out. We know who their God is. It's the almighty dollar. For the love of money is the root to what? All evil. For the Son of Man will come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he will reward each according to his works. Because, of course, believing without actually abiding by the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments, that's that broad. Listen, Christian, come on. That's where I think Christianity comes in. Oh, you don't have to really. No, I know that the Messiah said homosexuality is an abomination, but yeah, come on in. Yeah, and not only that, I know tithing has absolutely nothing to do with money, but we're gonna just call it. We're gonna call it tithing. We want your money because we're gonna use. The Most High loves a chill forgiver. And if you don't, you're under a curse because they're preying on your ignorance. And all I get an understanding because it's an understanding that's going to keep you. Yeah, listen. I'm expected to be. I know I'm going to be hated. This mate continually talking on these things. Well, I can see it costing my life. It cost me friends. It's cost me loved ones. I have people I grew up with who literally despise me. I grew up in the same house who literally despise me. Won't say it, but again, I can't help what I feel. For how a person feels is never wrong, and I know what I feel, and I know what I know. Okay. So it's going to even happen to you. Book says mothers will go against daughters, fathers against sons. When you know that you know what you know, and you start trying to abide by, listen, you're going to get scoffed at. People going to tell you don't know what you're talking about. But in all actuality, they're just following. Yeah, I know. I'm just here to encourage. I know you. For those who are with me, you may feel like, oh man, I feel all alone, and don't worry about that, man. Because if anybody want in your corner and having your back, the Most High. Because mama, daddy, sister, girlfriend, husband, wife, they won't compare. They pale in comparisons to the Most High. Believe me, I know. There's people I love who I know just won't get it. Like the book says, they'll be given over to a reprobated mind. It tells you that they'll love the things of this world so much that he said, you know what? I'm going to let you have it. In fact, I'll give you an abundance of it. I don't want. I want his love. I want that everlasting life. I want all of that. Nothing of this world appeases me.